Welcome to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave. Two firefighters close to retirement telling stories full of comedy, adventure, bragging, and bullshit.
How do you live with yourself? It's not easy.
Discuss anything and everything in this delicious conversational guacamole prepared just for you at the Avocado Studio.
Tank.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave. I'm Chris,
I'm Dave.
and welcome to episode
78.
which we just figured out.
They're starting to blend, Chris.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I've missed you. It's been a week. Well, I did.
saw you this morning.
Was it this morning?
Or yesterday? I think.
Yesterday.
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday. Life is a blur.
But we see each other on an official capacity. We're sitting just like this,
Actually, just like this.
only at a real job
At a real job.
doing government stuff.
Government stuff.
Can you believe that?
Yes, I do. Who would have thought all those years ago when we were working at Pizza Hut in opposite ends of the country
Yeah.
that we would end up sitting on opposite sides of a desk doing government work,
Doing government work.
working for the government.
Everybody's working for the government.
And I take a briefcase to work.
What do you got in it?
Crackers.
Delicious. Mm-hmm. Ritz.
Oh, always. Nothing but Ritz. Although occasionally I do tend to delve into the club.
Oh,
Those are buttery.
nice.
What do you prefer?
I'm partial to the plain old saltine cracker.
I do
could
like the
beat up about
saltines,
a
too.
million and a half of those, but I
Not
do.
only do I look like one,
Cracker ass cracker.
I own I own the company.
When you call somebody a name like that, does it offend you?
I find it funny.
I
I don't know at any point in my life. Well, I have been called cracker a couple times, but just by people screwing around. Never
Yeah.
like someone that was like, "You damn cracker," that I didn't know.
and is it a reference to the actual cracker?
Well, yeah, because you're white like a saltine cracker.
So when they call us beaners, because of the beans,
I would imagine.
they're delicious.
I love them too. We eat a lot of beans down here.
I would not be offended.
Beef. I know, right?
Hey, meatloaf. you can. Hey, spaghetti.
I like meatloaf.
Yeah. I call an Italian guy.
Call me beef stew. I love beef stew.
I mean, let's just start calling people by their ethnic foods.
That's not a bad idea.
What's up, stir fry?
Hey, sushi. Hello, strudel.
Oh my gosh.
I had a poodle. I named him Strudel.
Hey, borscht. Ooh, those guys are not in good favor right now.
Hey, chicken noodle. Borscht. Borscht. Oh my gosh.
How was your day?
My day was tricky.
It's tricky.
Trick. Sorry, I got stuck. And I hit the other microphone. Let me turn down the music just a little bit. So yeah, I had a pretty eventful day. I didn't have any meetings or anything, which is unusual because usually I've got like 2 or 3 online meetings.
Right.
But today I didn't have any. So I took advantage of the time and I started writing the training program that you and I are going to be giving.
Yeah.
So I've got like 4 or 5 pages into that.
Oh.
A whole history of Title 42.
Nice.
Actually, a very in-depth one. And then all the different assigned organizations, all their different duties, how they fit into the process, and
Sure.
what our process is. And
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I want you to get up there and give the class like this. You ready? Here we go.
Wait, let me swallow the beer. Go ahead. That could be bad.
And now we will dive into the whole history of Title
Title
42. In 1987, President Ronald Reagan.
Actually-
like the Bueller guy.
I was going to say, I was waiting for you to go, Bueller.
Bueller. This is exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff.
You and I are going to give a class together?
We are. We're going to give, for 3 days, 2 classes each day, and then 1 bonus class after 5 o'clock for the 8 to 5ers. Who'd have figured? Look at
Who'd have
us.
thought?
Look at us. Cheers to us.
We were just some silly morons
We've made it, baby.
watching YouTube videos. And now look at us. We've made it.
Watching full episodes of Love Boat.
Jeez. No, we weren't, Chief.
Oh, yeah, I think he knows. You know what, though? And it's pretty cool because, of course, I work under the fire chief as he's the emergency manager and I'm the assistant emergency manager. And David had to come up and we had to meet with him in his office. And he was like he was so laid back and relaxed while you and I were in there in the office talking to him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't trying to rush, because usually he's like, okay, I gotta do this. And he was just like totally laid back, like he almost was gonna be, I thought he was gonna go, well, wait, you guys don't have to leave yet.
You know, that's really cool. That says something about us.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're a couple of old men that, you know, he just finds comfort in.
That sit in a balcony in the Muppet Show,
Yeah.
in the Muppet Theater.
Yeah. So I'm going to open the show with some serious stuff.
Serious stuff?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I want your opinion. I want you to just let it all hang out.
We're on camera now, so.
Yes.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we
Ready?
go. I'm ready.
The leaked Supreme Court document.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
You know, my opinion has always been, regardless of what you think about abortion, it is not your goddamn given right to make decisions for somebody else and their body. I was shocked that it leaked out. They say nothing has ever leaked out of the Supreme Court.
That's insane.
They have their own police force. They have everything, and it's tight as a drum there. And it's a very tight fellowship for the most part. Maybe not right now.
So you would think that only a handful of people had access to
Oh,
that
hell
document.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It just the people that had written or read it, which I would assume are the justices, and their aides.
Oh.
You know, they have clerks and all that stuff. So, and the main guy that wrote it, the Chief Justice, he called for an investigation today.
Yep.
He notified their special police force, and they're going to conduct an investigation.
Yeah.
Now, it'll be interesting to find out if it was one of the more left Democratic-leaning judges, or which they're not supposed to be,
No.
or the right.
No, and that's the thing that blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
How can justice be, you know, that scale where
It's
it says
supposed to be
justice is
blind.
blind?
Right, where she's
How
got
can
the
you have a
blindfold.
conservative justice
I know.
or a liberal one?
I know, you shouldn't be able to, especially on the Supreme Court. But what I found fascinating was, I think her name was Susan Collins. She's a Republican, but she's very pro women's rights. I don't want to say pro abortion, but pro.
Which,
Yeah, you know what I mean.
de facto, by proxy, it means
Right.
she's
She's in favor of abortion. It's
Correct.
a woman's right, is what she argues, kind of like what I just said.
Yeah.
But she said that's funny because when Justice Kavanaugh and the other one were in their hearings and
Yeah.
they played the clips, they were not looking to overturn Roe versus Wade. They thought it would severely damage the integrity of the court to do that, and they went on and on and on and on to get the position. And now both of them have reversed, and they are in favor of ending Roe versus Wade, which is, I believe it's been 50 years
yeah.
that Roe versus Wade has been enacted. So, you know, the whole thing, are you familiar with the show The Handmaid's Tale?
No.
There's like I don't want to say apocalypse, but something happens. It's a war or something. All of the women are no longer fertile. I don't remember what caused it. Anyways, so what they do is there's a Gestapo-like elite that run everything, military, almost Nazi-ish, and their wives are all infertile. So they have handmaidens, and what they are is women that are fertile. When they find a fertile woman, everybody goes nuts, and they kind of indoctrinate her. They wear these special, they look like kind of like nuns, but they're red and white.
Yeah.
And it's very pilgrimy or very Amish kind of thing, the way they treat them.
Uh-huh.
And they work at the houses. They take care of whatever kids might come along and things like that. But the handmaid sits on the wife's lap, and then the husband does the handmaid to get her pregnant so that
my
they can have a child.
gosh.
'Cause it's the only way they can have kids. Anyways, it's this whole dystopian society thing, and I never got to finish it, but it seems like the right saw this and said, wow, that's really good stuff. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Because you know, if they do this, the next thing they're going after is gay
Yes.
marriage,
Yes.
gay rights,
Yes.
LGBTQ, this and that.
Of course.
Everything they're going to try to get rid of. So
Absolutely.
people have got to go out and vote. Elections have consequences.
Yeah.
And for those dumbasses that voted that other orange dumbass in there, this is what we end up with. Now, they think it is a win. on their side. But you can see how this is just going to snowball into a whole bunch of crap. If we were to lose the House, or and where they have the House and the Senate, man, they're going to go crazy. All this is just going to keep happening. So I don't know what we're going to do.
So I saw most of Joe Biden's speech today. He was at a
I didn't get to see it.
yeah, he was at a plant where they develop or assemble weapons.
The javelins.
The javelins.
Yeah.
And he said something that was very. It struck me because he said that right now there's a pro-authoritarian movement. You know, of course, with Russia, with China, with North Korea, with
The
other
Republicans.
countries, the Republicans.
Yeah.
And he said that he has spent more time with President Xi, which is the Chinese authoritarian leader. He said, and this is kind of creepy because it did make me think. He said that Xi insists that in today's world, now maybe back in the day democracy worked, but in today's world you need an authoritarian. Why? Because we bog, and this is true. That's the thing that freaked me out because it's true. We bog ourselves down, and we're not doing anything.
Yeah, we're not making any progress.
Progressive
Yeah, you're right.
in
You're
the
right.
way of science and technology and
Sure.
education, because we bog ourselves down in this nonsensical.
Yep, you're right.
You know, you can't teach this book at school,
Right.
and everything just bogs down, and that rang true to me.
Yeah.
So how is this going to play out, Chris? How is democracy going to win?
I don't know. As I've told you before, I spend a little bit each day looking at different countries that we could potentially bail out to.
Jeez. Isn't that amazing how you served your country
Yeah.
in the Air Force, in the military, and then you served your community for another almost 30 years, and you've started to, the picture of your perception of this country has changed.
Oh, 100%.
That sucks.
And that's over the last, 7 years?
Yeah.
You know, God, it's just horrible, man. What is your opinion on all this?
Well, I truly believe that man cannot run man. And I truly, at some point, something's got to give. Now, if you're pro-right, then you're all about the Bible being your foundation. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, about LGBTQ and things like that. If you're all about the Bible, then you truly believe that, which to me, the right hides under that premise because they are the hypocrisy is absolutely disgusting.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, the lies, the deception, the Donald, all of that. Now, I believe that the left is flawed too, because there has to be some limitations to say things like government help. That's a big one. So let's say government help. When you put somebody on government help, you have to have a way for them to get off government help.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%.
And they you cannot sustain. And then,
Exactly.
And then there's things like, I heard that today that 4,500 people or 4,500 jobs, people quit their jobs.
Oh, yeah. In like March.
In March.
Yeah,
and
that's
so,
crazy.
Wait a minute. What are they sustaining themselves on? Is it government aid? A lot back in the day, you would be ashamed and embarrassed to be on government aid,
yeah.
and you'd be like, I'm going to do everything I can to
get
off
out of it. Yeah.
So I struggle with this, Chris, every day. Right, left, ever the tween shall meet kind of thing. But at the very end, I come to the same conclusion. Man cannot run
Man cannot run man. We're not smart enough to take
We're
care of
just
ourselves.
not.
We need the aliens to come back, the ones that send us here in the first place,
Oh, my God.
and straighten the shit out.
Take me to your leader.
They need to install an overlord, an alien overlord,
Oh, my.
and then maybe the right and the left will get along.
Well, they'll bonk their heads together like
Have
the
you
Three
ever
Stooges.
Have you ever seen Mars Attacks?
Many years
God, I
ago.
love
yes.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love the aliens. And they just disintegrate everybody. It's awesome, man. Can you hand me another Tecate? Tecate. Tecate. Is there another one?
I think so.
If not, a shiner would be fine. Nothing would be finer than to suck upon a shiner.
And an ice cold shiner.
Thank you, sir.
Anyway,
This episode brought to you by the people of Shiner.
look at this. So we're in an air-conditioned room,
We're in an air-conditioned room.
and it is how many degrees is it? What is it here? What do you have it on?
It's down to 83.
83 degrees.
Outside is 93. What are you doing? Just don't kick any cords or anything, man. You're going to cause an accident. What are you doing?
Shut up, Chris. Shut up. Shut up.
Why are you creeping up on it like an old man?
Can you see that?
No, I can't read it. There, I kind of can see it. What? 106? Feels like 106?
108.
Oh my God.
108 people.
Now you sound like an old man. Nothing makes an old man crankier than 108.
I'm starting to sound like an old man. Do you ever get up from the chair and go,
Yeah, I do.
or sit down?
Yeah, it happens. We did it. You remember in the office? We sat down that whole time working, and I went to get up, and I'm like,
Ow, my hip. 51. I'm 51.
my lumbago. I'm 55 tomorrow.
50. Oh,
I am Sammy Hagar.
Happy
What do you
birthday.
got there? Aw, thank you.
I recycled the bag that you gave me.
I did the same thing for your birthday.
There you go. We'll just keep
Wow.
passing that on together.
Can I open it?
Open it, but this is not the only one. There's another one on the way. I just didn't get it on time. But this is so appropriate for what you were just talking about earlier.
Is it a pro-abortion mug or what?
No. Oh God, no.
Oh man, you didn't cut it.
That's your problem.
I don't have a cutter.
That's what I'd like to know.
Give me something.
Here, poke it.
I poke it.
You can do it.
Why don't you do the reset while I...
Oh, you're listening to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave. We're talking about politics. We're talking about religion. We're talking about aliens. We're talking about the weather. We're talking about work. And Chris is opening up his birthday gift because he's going to be 55 years old tomorrow.
55.
It's a puppy, Chris.
It's a puppy.
Been in there for
No.
a week.
I don't want another puppy.
Come on.
Damn. Who? Did you wrap this?
No, Amazon did.
Those bastards.
You can do it.
I can't.
Oh my. Look at you.
Oh my God.
You're going to bust something. You're gonna have a hernia.
I'm gonna have a hernia from opening the package.
Your hyena wants to act up.
My hyena?
Yes. 16 candles. Hernia. Oh, he's going.
You punch in my face.
I thought he said you peed on my face.
He did not say you
For
peed
years
on my
and
face.
years, I said I thought he.
Until you met me, and I
Until I
corrected
met you.
Okay, I don't want to break it.
Don't break it.
Oh, it's a ring.
Nah.
Oh, it's a coffee mug.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jackie Child, attorney at law. That's deplorable? I sent you that today. I sent you the meme of him going, that's deplorable? Unfathomable?
And
Unprobable. I'm sorry, I can't read very well. That's awesome. Thank you very much, man.
You bet.
I love it. Another one for the Seinfeld collection,
we're gonna start a mug war.
right?
Outrageous.
And you opened yours off camera.
Yes.
And I gave Dave the George when he took his tasteful picture in his boxer shorts for the girl at the photo
You
lab.
know you have some really strong pecs, but it's hard to tell under that shirt. You think I should take
it off? Well,
it's up to you. It's up,
up to you. Whatever you're comfortable
Whatever you want. Hell yeah, we're just gonna go back. That's the first
that's awesome,
of two,
buddy.
by the way.
Thank you very much.
And you'll get the other one next week, I hope.
Wow.
How about you?
Thank you so much. That is great. And I also gave you a
Ass
Assman
Man.
license
That's
plate.
going up
You said you're going to put it over the urinal, right?
over my urinal. Yes.
Thank you very much. I love it.
Good luck,
I
everyone.
will have coffee in this every morning. Jackie Child, attorney at law. And that reminds me, Heidi Stager, who was one of our first donators, a friend of mine from high school back in the day, back in Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if she's still in Erie. She donated us on Buy Me a Coffee today, and she told us, she says, I sent you like 4 coffees and also a O. Henry bar from Sue Ellen Mischke.
Mischke.
And that's awesome. It's another hilarious Seinfeld reference. She
Yep.
was the heir to the O. Henry candy bar fortune.
She was.
And she would walk around without a bra. Flaunting, what did he say? Flaunting society, some Jackie Childs.
Yeah.
I can't remember how he said it, but what a great actor he is too. My God, that part was, and of course it's modeled after
OJ's lawyer.
OJ's lawyer, and I can't think of his name. If the glove doesn't fit,
You must have quit.
you must have quit.
Yeah.
And that's who they modeled him after. But that was a fantastic part for him.
There was I was starting reading up on Sue Ellen Mischke, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know? You've seen Spaceballs, the movie.
Yes, long time ago. I haven't seen it in a long
Okay,
time.
well, there's a scene where he's going to put Princess Vespa's old nose back as punishment for not paying the reward.
Right.
Well, there's a nurse next to the doctor.
Okay.
And she's real tall, statuesque, very beautiful nurse.
And it's Sue Ellen Mischke.
It's Sue Ellen Mischke.
Well, I'll be darned.
Well, I'll be darned.
What do you know? What a small world.
Small world.
Wow.
Holly weird.
Holly weird. You think Mel Brooks hit on that?
I would hope so.
His yogurt. Oh, I love Mel Brooks.
God willing, we'll all meet in the next movie. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
Search for more money. But you know what I was dying that they never made that I always wanted to see? Jews in space. And they show the Star of David flying into a spaceship. God, I thought that would be hilarious.
It's real comedy.
Yes, but that was for History of the World. That
Yeah.
came out as a History of the World
true.
thing. Man, maybe that's when he made Spaceballs.
The Inquisition. What
Let's-
a show.
The Inquisition.
Wouldn't you know?
I
Speaking
bet you're
of,
wishing that we'd go away.
there's going to be a tie-in. There always is.
True.
So Mel
Oh,
Brooks.
okay.
You remember comedians in cars getting coffee, right?
Yes.
There's one episode where Jerry Seinfeld goes to a little apartment
Oh, I love that one,
with
man.
Mel Brooks
Uh-huh.
and Rob
And,
Rob Reiner's dad, Carl.
Carl Reiner,
And
yes.
they're just
Oh, I
sitting there
love it.
eating sandwiches
From the deli.
It's
Yep.
wonderful.
And they get together all the time and they just sit there and
Yeah.
watch TV shows and old movies. And
Yes.
oh, I love that, man.
So the segue is Rick Parnell,
Oh,
who is the
a good
drummer
segue.
from one of Rob
Reiner's,
Reiner's
yeah.
first movies directed, which is the greatest rockumentary, if you
Ever
will.
made.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, if you haven't seen it,
This is
You must.
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Oh, hell yeah.
And what made it amazing for me is when I first saw it, I realized it's Lenny.
Yeah.
That's the first other thing I think I ever saw him
Yeah.
in. Lenny from Laverne and Shirley.
Anybody that's listening, anybody that's watching, please, please, one day, just if you're just messing around, you don't have anything to watch, this is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap. Brian won't watch it. He never
Brian.
watches anything we recommend.
I know.
That bastard.
What's his problem?
I don't know. Didn't even like Monty Python. Can't understand what they're saying. Well, you might not be able to understand Spinal Tap either.
No, I don't think so.
But so he was the drummer, or one of the drummers.
yeah,
for
because
the band of
apparently
Spinal Tap.
they had like 6 of them,
One of them exploded.
and yeah, the one that exploded was Rick Parnell. His real name. Mick Shrimpton was his
Mick Shrimpton.
stage name, and he passed away at 70 in real life. He passed away.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, and I read up on him a little bit, and he was part of a lot of very non-famous bands. Well, somewhat famous.
So he was an actual drummer.
He was an actual drummer.
Was he
Yeah.
the one that wasn't there? I'm
Born
trying to
in-
remember. Wasn't there a scene and he had like huge sticks, huge drumsticks?
No.
No, maybe
Not
I'm
in that
thinking of
movie.
something else.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something else. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, he passed away recently, and
Just yesterday or today?
yeah, they didn't give the cause of death, but I suspect he may have exploded.
It's possible. It's possible. I think confetti flew.
Tens and tens of people.
Tens and tens of people. What a great. Well, I don't want to say underrated because a lot of people love that movie, but man, what a fantastic! I remember the first time I saw it, man. I was like, "What in the hell?" Because they could play.
They could play. They were actually playing their instruments.
And the album actually came out. They released an album from it.
And they were good songs.
Yeah.
You know, Big Bottoms.
Big Bottoms.
Bottoms. Talk about bum cakes. My girl's
Got 'em. Oh, I love it.
Good stuff.
This is Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
Directed by Rob Reiner.
If anybody has a chance, please, please, please. And that'll be my contribution to the society in this episode. Other than that, we're just
So watch This Is Spinal Tap, and then
Yeah.
send us an email at avocadopodcast@gmail.com, or
Yeah.
contact us through the website. You can even leave us a voice message,
Yeah.
and let us know what you thought about it. I'm really interested to hear what people think about it. People that haven't seen it, or people that have seen it, if you got comments on it.
Shark Sandwich. That was one of the albums.
Oh, it took me a minute there. I had something in my head now, and I totally, it flew away when you said that.
When I said shit
Shark,
sandwich.
no, it was shark. You said Shark Sandwich.
Yeah, but the review of the album
Was Shit
was
Sandwich.
Shit
Yeah.
Sandwich, yeah.
Oh man, what was it? Now I had something good, and you made me forget it.
I'm sorry.
Damn it, Dave.
Could it have been that good? Was it
I
really?
don't know. So our first video episode was last week.
Yes.
The week before that, we just did a test. It was like 30 minutes long while we were recording the episode. But it's actually doing well. It's getting good views. And it was a lot of fun to do.
Who knew?
Our patrons, now we send them all usually it's on Thursday. Sometimes it's Wednesday. It just depends on my work schedule. We'll send them early, a day early, the video episode as well as the audio episode, so you can listen to it any way you want or watch it. And I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
Any way you want it.
So,
This is what happens when two guys from the 80s get together and drink beer.
I know.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I do my tribute?
You can.
Okay.
Oh, you want to give it you going to say anything, or
Well,
I'm going to stop the music.
yeah. So, my tribute today of one of my all-time favorite drummers who doesn't drum anymore because
No.
he had a fractured neck.
How did he fracture his neck?
You know, if you ever see him drum,
Uh-huh.
he has horrible posture.
Oh.
Absolutely the worst posture behind that drum
And that
kit.
caused a fracture?
And it caused a fracture.
Wow.
Go figure.
Well, how old is he now?
He's got to be in his 70s.
Yeah.
And when I saw him, which was about maybe 2 years ago, in concert, he did not look well.
No. Well, he looks like a little old man.
Yeah, he sat in the chair the
So
whole...
does Sting, but Sting's still fit
Oh,
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that tantric stuff he does.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Phil Collins, everyone. One of my favorite drummers of all time because
Phil Collins of Genesis.
this guy, yeah,
This guy.
he's so good.
Your kind of
and
guy.
so underrated, at least in my mind. You ready?
I'm ready. I
Let's
think
hear
I'm
some
ready.
Phil. He does the greatest drum roll of all time because if you play this song at a party, not this one I'm going to show you, but if you play In the Air Tonight at
Oh,
a
yeah,
party,
everybody knows.
Everybody stops
Yeah.
and they go dun 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 dun.
Dum.
Okay, here
Okay,
he is.
but I also want to point out that we planned this ahead of time this time. Dave didn't surprise me with it.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
actually going to get the good audio going into the system and not Dave holding his phone up to the speaker.
How's this for good audio? Seco.
That means shut up.
Here we go. Look at his posture.
And that had to have killed him to have to stop.
Yep. Oh, he's so good. You know what I love about his drum set? They sound very marching bandy.
Yeah, they do kind of.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That is such a shame, brother, when you
Yeah.
have to stop for the last time.
He had a good run.
Yeah. Cheers to Mr. Phil
Cheers to Phil Collins.
Collins.
Buster himself. That was good.
God bless you, Phil.
God bless you, Phil. But now he sits on stage in a chair, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't even walk around, stand up, nothing. He just sits there and sings.
The one song that he actually had the strength to stand up on was In the Air Tonight. So
Oh,
he
okay.
stood. And his 20-year-old son took over on the drums.
Oh,
And
nice.
he was
That's gotta
just
be awesome.
as sharp.
You know, and I saw, I can't remember what show it was on, but it was one of the late shows. And someone finally asked him, or I'm sure he's been asked 1,000 times.
Sure.
Hey, so is it true that this story is really based about you saw, this happen, and then you
Yeah.
invited the guy to the concert and put him in the front row
Sure.
and sang it to him and everything? He goes, no. He goes, sometimes you get off the phone with your ex-wife and you're so fucking pissed off, you write a song like that. And he was serious.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I remember being younger and hearing all these stories about this, man.
my.
And everybody's, no. He gave an interview and he said exactly that,
Mm-hmm.
that the guy did this, and then he got arrested, and he had him at the concert, and then they arrested him after the concert.
Isn't that insane how these stories
Jeez.
take off?
Well, I tell you.
For years and years, I thought that Hotel California by the Eagles
Mm-hmm.
was about drug addiction. Because it all makes sense if you really listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
it. You know, they stab it with their steely
Steely
knives and they just can't kill the beast,
beast.
which is addiction.
Sure. And what's it about?
It's about, according to Don Henley, he said,
Mm-hmm.
it's a song about innocence to experience. That's all he says about it.
Jeez.
So he confuses you
A little
even more.
a little vague.
A lot of vague. He confuses you even more. And he doesn't give any other answers than that. He says, you know what? It's up to you
To decide what
to
it
decide
means.
what it means.
And that's what I love about music, is it means something different to everybody else.
Absolutely.
I love music. And again, we've talked about this before, but it just kills me how, and this happened to me a lot in your office, because I've never met someone that likes to listen to some of the older music that I listen to.
yeah.
And we would put a song on,
Yeah.
and just these flashes would come to me,
Yep.
or feelings.
Yes.
It would make me feel like I
Yes.
remember feeling at that moment when
Yeah.
I would hear that song.
Yeah, some
You
of
know?
these songs, when you listen to them for the first time in a long time, gosh, they do bring back those childhood
Yeah.
memories.
Oh,
and lately, I've been really, like I said, I've been really into this 70s softness.
I think we're getting
I know.
rated. 70s. Oh, yeah, you told me.
Olivia
the,
Newton-John, The Carpenters, America. What is that?
I think there's a helicopter over us.
Oh my gosh. It's like
Did you flush the?
it's
Maybe
like
you
I'm
should flush
back
the
over there.
flush the beer.
It's like I'm back in Nam.
I ever tell you my dad woke up one night, and I saw him in the morning, and I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Man, I didn't sleep all night." I go, "Is everything all right?" He goes, "Man, I had nightmares about Vietnam again. It was like I was there." And I go, "Dad, you were never in Vietnam. Quit watching the damn movies." He actually was in the Navy, and he got off the destroyer that he was on. He was going to separate from the Navy. He got off in Hawaii, and it went over, and it got hit.
Oh my gosh.
Right after that.
Would he have?
Well, I don't know that they lost anybody, but he ever just told me that it got hit after it left where he was, and it went over there.
Something was looking out for him.
Something was looking out for him.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
The other day I was at work, right? And I rarely watch movies at work. Either I'm doing something.
Because you're supposed to be working.
Well, after dinner,
I know.
I have this routine that after I cook dinner, we eat dinner. I sit in there in my office and I'll do payroll, or I'll do a little schedule for a little while, or maybe I'll watch an old episode of Night Court, which was my favorite. And I found a channel that carries Night Court with John Larroquette, and then I'll try and hit the gym. Not always possible, but I'll try and hit it.
Does it hurt?
A little bit. But, so the other day, last shift, me and Louie were sitting on the couch after dinner, and he was just scrolling through Netflix, and we saw a preview of a movie. I have never in my life ever seen a movie that was directed by, oh geez, now I forgot his name. I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Stick your tongue out. Let me see.
He's a black activist director,
Spike Lee?
Spike Lee.
Okay.
And this is called The Five Bloods.
Haven't seen that.
It's about four old men that go back to Vietnam, and they are after some gold that they hid.
Oh,
Brother, I'm telling you right now, Chris,
good movie?
please watch it.
Wow.
It'll change a lot of perspective about what it is about. And this is a very sensitive subject, I think. And I wish I had somebody here to teach me more
Okay.
about what Black Lives Matter truly means. Because I have my own perceptions. I'm sure you do.
Okay.
But if you watch this movie, it teaches you in a almost in a harsh way about what it means to live, to be to have a race that's battered and beaten from figuratively and literally from way back in the 1600s, to be sold off and to be oppressed as they are, and so me being, like I said, I try not to be too much of a I try and learn about everything. Even if it's a Republican and he's trying to tell me something and it makes sense, then I'll listen to him. And this one just really spoke to me. If you ever get a chance to see this,
I'll have to watch it. What was it called again? Defy?
DA 5 Bloods.
Oh, Da 5 Bloods.
Da 5 Bloods.
I thought you said Defy.
Da 5. Da
Da 5 Bloods.
Yeah. Please watch it.
I will check it out.
It'll teach you, or not teach you. I don't know what your level of, but it will, I think.
Eye opener.
It's an eye opener, yeah.
We had a discussion, something like that today in the office. Some of the guys were there and upstairs, and they were discussing how one of the the Cleveland Indians,
sure,
I think it was, just changed their name today. They're going to be the Guardians.
The Guardians.
And they were upset about it. Mm-hmm. And these are Hispanic guys.
Sure.
And I said, well, how do you feel? And you and I have talked about it. I've got some Native American blood. Mm-hmm. And I said, how do you feel about them changing the Washington Redskins? Mm-hmm. They said, I hate the new name. I said, okay, but what do you feel about them changing it, having to change it? No, I think it's wrong. They should have stayed. I said, you do realize that calling an Indian person Redskin is like calling a black person the N-word. Yep. It's a very derogatory, and they had no idea. Yep. And I said, you need to realize that, I understand it's been around for a long time and everything, but that was a very derogatory term. Yeah. I said, Cleveland Indians, I said, I really wouldn't have a problem with that, but why would you ever have like the Detroit Egyptians or the,
sure,
the Bronx Italians or something? It just doesn't make sense. And then the problem I think they have with the Indians is the whole tomahawk chop and all that stuff, which was, I don't want to say it's racist in the sense that it's racist when you and I do voices.
Yeah.
It is, but it isn't, you know, and we're just doing it to be funny, but I'm sure it would offend some people.
I'm sure it would. Yeah.
So they, and I hope I kind of made them understand that the Redskins one, it was very derogatory.
Yeah.
The Braves, I don't think that one would need to be changed. That's not Braves were Indian warriors, so I don't think that's a bad one. It's not derogatory.
Would you have an issue with
it would be like the Cowboys?
What about, like, say, the Comanches?
No, not at all, because that's just a tribe of Indians. Mm-hmm. I'm Iroquois. They could have the Iroquois. There was an Iroquois high school back home because there was an Iroquois territory. That was part of the Iroquois nation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so remember, you can hear our latest episode. I know it's been 37 minutes already.
Wow.
Every Friday at 6 p.m. Vegas time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on the free internet radio Go Live Vegas app. Now, the cool thing about this is now they play our video version live.
Yes.
They play it it's on the Go Live Vegas Twitch, Facebook. I watched it on Facebook this past week. YouTube Live. Everywhere that you can see live videos, Go Live Vegas has a place, and they have it on there, as well as on the Go Live Vegas app and the Go Live Vegas website. And then also at the same time, you can also catch it on our website if you prefer that at www.didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com. And we will post at the same time we post the audio and the video, so you can watch whichever way you like. Our audio listens did go down a little bit, but I think that's got to be because people are...
We suck!
No, people are watching... Well, yeah, but people are watching the video version. So then they don't want to go back and listen to the audio version. And the cool thing about it is it's the same quality audio that we manufacture for the regular podcast comes through on the audio, on the video. So you can find us in all those different places. We love our friends at Go Live Vegas. They want us to come out and do a live show. They have this amazing studio. Aaron does. Him and his wife, Rachel. Raquel. Raquel. I'm sorry. My son used to date a girl named Raquel, and he called her Raquel.
Oh my gosh.
I get these brain things. I'm going to be 55 tomorrow. Give me a damn break. Anyways, Raquel. I love Raquel to death. She's the one that turned me on to the best coffee in the world, Tim Horton coffee. It's amazing. I love it. I can never get enough of it now. Anyways, I forgot where I was.
Well, you were saying where we could be listened to.
Okay, you can find us everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, everywhere you can get audio podcasts and now video podcasts. And then if you do like the show, like Heidi Stager did this week. We love her to death.
Yep.
You can click the support the show link on our website, which again is www.didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com, and you can become a monthly contributor through our Patreon account, where you get things like early access to the show. We can have you as a call-in guest, or you can be a guest in the studio if you're local, or if you'd like to travel all the way down to South Texas.
Yeah.
You can spend the night here in the studio.
Please do.
It has a bathroom. And or if you don't want to be a monthly contributor, you can do a one-time contribution like Heidi did, and buy us cups of coffee or beers in $2 increments, however much or little as you like. And we do appreciate it, because we do use those funds to purchase equipment. We had to buy a camera to go video and some lights and all kinds of stuff. If you notice, our picture's a little bit better this week. We have a light. From what I understand, my wife got me a huge one, a ring light, for my birthday, which I'll get tomorrow. So we'll have like overwhelming light in here.
Oh my.
So that'll be pretty cool. And then we'll end up knocking them over when we get up to get beers and things like that as the show
We're gonna leave
progresses.
this show and like half of our, we're gonna be like half burnt.
I know, right? Red on
my
one
God,
side.
I cooked
So
myself.
that's pretty much all I have to say.
Technically, you're sauteed. All right. Not too shabby. I'm
just-
gonna get another one.
I just go ahead, help yourself. I just cued the guy in the corner. I have for 3 days now. I have had nothing but vegetable juice. I'm juicing right now, and so I'm on my second beer, and it feels like I've drank about 7.
I don't know what the hell you're doing to yourself.
I'm making myself healthy. I'm giving my body everything it needs and nothing that it doesn't. And I bought a new juicer, so I have to justify that. How's those Bohemias?
They're amazing.
So Dave is drinking Bohemia tonight.
Yeah.
I've had Tecate Light, and now I am drinking a Shiner Bock, which is one of my all-time favorites.
These Bohemians are amazing.
And they are a little bit strong.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
So I would like to shout out to a couple of guys.
Shout it out.
Now, you remember that old Kiss song? Shout it,
shout it, shout it out loud. Is it off Dress to Kill or Alive?
I think, no, it's not Alive. It's
Alive 2?
Destroyer.
Destroyer.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's on
Yeah, it's on
Destroyer.
Destroyer. I think you're right.
So, here we go. We had a couple of guys,
You have a list.
3 guys to be exact.
3
And
guys.
I think it's already out, so we can say and wish them well. We had a guy, a fire engine.
Oh,
that
yes.
was in an accident
Yeah, rollover.
last week. We couldn't say anything. We already knew by the last episode.
It
We just didn't-
happened the day I think we did the episode.
That's correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we didn't know a whole lot of details, so we were just kind of holding off. But now that we know that they're going to be okay, they were injured. There's no doubt about it. And
Yeah.
there's no downplaying their injuries.
Is anybody still in the hospital?
I believe Sid was still in the hospital
Okay.
as of yesterday or maybe the day before.
I know he had one surgery already.
Yes. So I'm not going to say their full names just in case, but this is how we know them: Sid, Tony, and Nacho. God bless you guys. I hope you're going to be okay.
Glad you're safe.
I'm glad you're going to be all right, and hopefully you'll be back to work soon. The truck, from what I understand, it hit some gravel. It rolled over,
And it's a loss.
and
I've seen the
yeah,
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys will be all right, and we're just really praying for you. It's hard because, I was telling my wife, I was telling her that it's insane how we're a department of 400,
Yeah.
and every single one of them seems like your relative.
Oh, sure. Everybody knows everybody
Yeah.
intimately.
And so when you lose someone, or when that person loses a family member, you mourn
Yeah.
with them,
Oh, yeah.
and so it's insane how we could have lost them in a heartbeat.
Very easily.
3 guys.
Very easily, because I've heard the details of the accident, and
Yeah.
man, it was violent. It was
Yeah.
violent. Damn, it happened again.
Oh, geez. 55 is really hitting you hard.
Teflon.
My-
It just slid right off.
Those
Oh, I know.
frickin'
I know. I
veggies.
got it. No, it's not the veggies.
need
They're
some-
bringing me back.
You need some carne in your life.
Jesus Holomo, retired firefighter, one of my best friends, the guy that I owned the comic book store with.
Yeah.
We're still real close. And he called me last night.
Uh-huh.
He goes, and he wanted information on the rollover. And the reason that he was so interested in it was because I can't even remember how many years ago it's been now. It's been over 10.
Sure.
Another good friend of ours was in the engine as well, was involved in a rollover.
Yeah.
Same thing, but on IH-35 rather than on Mines Road.
Yeah.
And so he was real concerned about how the guys were. Everybody made it. Everybody was doing okay.
I can't believe you did that, because the other day, look at this. I was talking to Neto.
Neto, who's
So,
one of the guys that was involved in that
I sent
rollover.
him this,
Oh, that's the picture, yeah.
and he sent me that.
I know. Look at theirs. My God. That first one was so bad that the manufacturers of the engine came down to take pictures because they wanted to find out how these guys survived, and they used those pictures to sell fire engines because the guys survived
Yeah.
that rollover. And theirs, I believe it was rainy. It was on IH-35,
Yeah.
and it was right by the railroad bridge. They were on their way to a call.
Yes.
And same thing. And Neto, one of the most experienced drivers we've ever had, he's retired now.
Yep.
He's been driving 18-wheelers since he was a kid.
Yep.
Same thing. The back end got a little bit in the gravel, and
Well, it was actually, and they had already complained about this for many, many accidents. It's that
Many
for
accidents?
some reason, for some reason in that area, when it would rain,
it's like a
especially-
skating rink.
yeah, the oil would kind of bubble up.
We're the largest inland port in the United States here in Laredo, Texas. So there's so many 18-wheelers.
Yes.
And they're all leaking oil.
Yes.
When you go out, we would go to car accidents anywhere on IH-35, and if it's rainy, you can't even stand up. It's like standing on ice.
Yep.
And Mines Road is the exact same way.
Yeah, it just
where this other
hydroplaned
accident
and
was.
it was
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
And like you said, Neto being one of the most, if not the most experienced driver I've ever seen,
Mm-hmm.
this guy, for him to lose control means it was
It was
not.
bad. It was
the
not a
road.
possible situation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank God, all three of them, everybody, all six of them, both those incidents were injured.
Yes.
But everybody's doing okay.
Yeah.
And, thank God, we dodged another bullet because we've lost too many.
I know.
We get through COVID, and that's all we need to do is lose somebody in an accident.
Unbelievable.
So,
Well, anyway, so I'd like to shout out to a couple of guys.
that's where this started.
Yeah.
We got sidetracked.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, with the engine guys, Sid, Tony, and Nacho for sure.
Okay.
And a couple other guys. I actually wanted, I don't know why, but me and Louis started talking about our good friend, Captain Poncho Perez, retired captain.
Poncho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about him last shift, and, and it just started to, I started thinking about him. And so I reached out to him.
Uh-huh.
And we spoke for a good 20 minutes
Wow.
yesterday. And
That's awesome.
and I just wanted to see how he was doing, because we used to travel out of town together with these pension board meetings.
Sure.
He was on the board, and I was on the board. He was on the retired side. I was on the active side. So I don't know if everybody knows this, but when you're on a pension board, you have to have voices from the retirees
As well as
the active.
Yeah.
So we would make these trips. Himself, of course, Ana Venegas, Phil Valancourt, and Luz.
Oh, that's a party.
myself. It was just
It's a
was
party bus.
Nando and all of it. We would go all over Texas, and then once a year we would get to go to a national conference.
Oh,
So we
Lord.
got to go to Chicago. Of course, Joe Martinez. So he was our president.
Right.
So he was our leader. So we go to everybody from everywhere from Florida to Chicago. These guys went to New York. I didn't get to go. But I did get to go to Hawaii with them, and
Nice.
these wonderful conferences. You're just sitting in class and just absorbing everything all day long. And incidentally, we had these meetings last week that our pension is changing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what is.
But this is a natural
yeah,
evolution of
Yeah.
the fire department. We go from
Exactly.
old to young
yes,
to old
yes,
to young.
Yeah.
It's cycles.
yeah. So hats off to Punch. I love you to death.
Greatest barbecue sauce you'll ever have in your life. I could drink that
Yeah,
stuff.
he is one hell of a barbecue guy. Cheers to Punch.
Cheers to Poncho.
May he
I
live
have
1,000 years.
I have not seen him in quite some time, but he's a good guy.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay,
Have you spoken to Brad Thompson lately?
you're wrong. Yeah, actually, I did speak. Actually, he popped into my office the other day. I didn't tell you.
Is he all right?
Oh yeah, he's fine. He actually looked better than he has in his homeless version. He looked more.
What, do you have a tie on?
He worked more non-homeless. He looked more
Oh,
non-homeless.
good.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. I didn't ask him, but he popped into the FAC and came into my office.
And Louis said he fell off of a truck.
No, I haven't heard anything. When?
He told me last shift,
No, well
which was
maybe.
3 days ago.
Well, then that might have been after I saw him.
He fell off a hunting truck.
No,
I haven't reached out to him.
he's old.
That he
Well,
is.
we'll reach out to him.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Ask
I talked to him
Tell him we're on the podcast. Did you fall off a
somewhat
truck?
frequently. Keep talking. No, I'm concerned.
Me
He was
too.
in our academy with us.
Yeah, Louis said that he fell off a truck, and I've been wondering about him since. So hopefully he didn't fall off a truck. And if he did fall off a truck, may it be a Tonka.
You know,
Or a
those aren't as
Toyota.
safe as you think. We used to get, are you familiar with the large yellow Tonka dump truck?
Yeah,
Okay, back in the day, they're plastic now. Back in the day, they were metal.
you bet.
Well, we lived on a hill, and we would get on. We all had one of those.
nice.
We would sit in the back of it,
Yeah.
and we would go down the sidewalk.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my friend Dennis that lived next door cracked his head open. That's how we used to say it. It's pretty much a scalp laceration, but cracked his head open. Boom, right into a telephone pole.
See, back in the day, we were let go.
Yeah.
And nobody
Do
our
whatever the hell
parents
you want.
did not care, and we learned about a lot.
You were like, Dad, can I borrow the dynamite? Yeah, it's over there in the
Yeah, go ahead.
drawer.
Don't explode it all, god damn it. Yes.
He already read the message. I told him, "Are you okay? We just heard you had an accident," and he read it.
Yeah. What'd he
Let's
say?
see if he still has fingers to type with.
Or
He hasn't
brain.
replied yet.
Jeez.
Anyway,
As long as he read it.
yeah, at least he read
he's
it.
Cognizant.
He's functioning on some level, unless someone has his phone.
Oh my.
Oh, sometime back, then had shoulder surgery 4 weeks ago. Nah, that's old stuff.
Okay.
Heard you fell
Off
off a truck.
a turnip truck.
Turn up. I'm gonna put that. How do you spell T-U-R-N-I-P?
T-U-R-N.
I-P.
Yeah.
Heard you fell off a turnip truck recently.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad he's all right. You
Well,
see?
good.
You see, everybody?
Louis.
We're just reaching out to everyone.
Louis,
Reaching out.
can you feel the love?
Yes.
Except for Louis, he's giving us false information.
Oh, Louis. He's doing good.
Is he doing good?
Yeah. Yeah.
He did a great job on my sprinkler system, his company.
Well, we're thinking about retiring at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We always said we would.
We're not going to do a threesome at Ratama, are we?
I think we can do. I'm stopping there. Jeez.
Because of course everybody realizes, if you've ever heard the show,
I'm
Dave
not-
and I's plan is once our wives are passed and we're so old they put us in the retirement home here,
Just become a
we're going to
couple.
be a gay couple and share a room.
Sure. Yeah. Of course, nothing's going to happen.
All right, maybe something is wrong because he answered. I asked him, heard you fell off a turnip truck recently. He said, a keep at the ranch while looking for cattle.
Yeah.
A keep?
I guess a helper? Jeez, that doesn't make any sense.
What's a keep?
I have no idea.
Like an old British castle? Off there in the keep.
I thought it was more of a call the keep. Have him drive my truck. You know, a little Mexican boy.
A keep?
I don't know. That's what popped into my head.
I told him, sorry? And he read it.
Call the keep.
Yeah, all right. The gimp. Go wake up the gimp. Brad comes out with on leather and a ball gag.
Oh, no.
That's not a good thought. That's not a good look for anyone.
No, it's not.
Well, some guys can pull that off.
Stop it. I hate when you talk like that, you mongoloid.
You need to reference that now because it sounds
Okay,
horrible.
Yes, it's
Please,
I'm
Pulp
quoting
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, when Tatiana is getting really offended when Bruce Willis is talking to her
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Which, incidentally, Bruce Willis is done.
Yeah,
It seems that way. He's the coolest guy of all
I
the cool
know.
guys.
I feel horrible.
Yeah,
Zed's dead, baby.
Zed's dead.
Zed's dead.
Whose motorcycle is this?
Zed.
Zed's. Who's
Zed?
Zed?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. That was pretty good.
That's a cool movie.
I love that movie, man. That's one of those ones that I can't pass up. You know how you have those movies, you're going through the channels
Sure.
and see it?
Yeah,
Tombstone. Gotta finish it.
gotta finish it.
Gotta finish it.
Pulp
And I'm always
Fiction.
hoping I get to the scene where he sees what's his name when they first get to Tombstone and he goes into the bar.
Sure.
And what's his name is there. But he's a lot heavier.
Yeah. He
the
was married to
director.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, Well, I don't think he's
Sling
still
Blade.
married to her.
No,
Sling
was.
Blade. Yeah, you know who I mean.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob Thornton. And for the longest time, I didn't realize. I'm like, it looks like him, but he's real
Yeah.
big.
He's pudgy.
Yeah. And then I love that scene, man.
Oh, wow.
God, come on, get to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pull that smoke wagon?
Are you going
He just keeps slapping him in the
to
face.
stand there and do something or just stand there and bleed?
Oh, Billy, I forgot you were
Felt You
here.
were there.
Val Kilmer was perfect for that
He
part,
really,
man.
truly was.
And Val's having some trouble now too, I think.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's got some throat issues.
We're all getting old.
Yeah, we are.
I probably shouldn't have done it like that. That was a little disrespectful. I like Val.
Me too.
Have you ever seen Real Genius?
Yeah.
That's the first movie I've ever seen.
You
of it.
bet.
It was awesome.
You
Man.
bet.
It was awesome. We go back to ASMR or what?
Django.
You know,
have to
I have
stop
never
there.
seen Django Unchained.
Oh,
I have
my
never seen Django
gosh.
Unchained. It's pretty violent.
Well, it's a Tarantino film.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Every Tarantino film is violent.
Oh, and he replies, "They fixed a torn bicep, torn labrum." Do men have labrums?
Yes, please.
That sounds like a female body part.
Yeah.
I tore my labrum.
it's-
And shaved some bone spurs off my clavicle. But did you fall
But did you die?
off a truck recently?
My gosh, he did have a horrible accident.
Gomez said so.
And so he saw you last week, so he's doing fine. This was a while
Well,
back.
I'm thinking maybe if he fell off the truck between the time I saw him and now.
Oh, I get
But
you.
he seems to be doing fine. I don't think he fell off a truck. Where does your boy get his information from?
I don't know. You might want to call him.
I don't know.
You're listening to the podcast with Chris and Dave. I'm Dave, and he's Chris.
I'm Chris.
And we're on TV. Look.
Cheers.
No Collins. Cheers.
Cheers. So, anyways, now that we've been, I don't know, I don't think texting plays very well on a podcast.
I don't believe it
Whether
does.
they can video us or
Everybody's like, who the hell is this
not.
Brad character?
I know.
Well, trust me, Brad is a character.
Brad is definitely a character.
We should have him on the show. But
We should.
We should prepare it for like maybe 8 hours or so.
Oh, God.
He can talk. He can.
He can tell. He's a talker.
He's a talker.
He's a talker.
So, anyway,
Anyway.
are you ready for this?
Oh, you got more. I'm ready.
Well, I don't know if it's much more,
Okay.
but it is.
I'll take what I can get.
All right. So, as we all know, you,
I know.
You?
Me. Okay.
Chris Niles,
Okay.
are my new boss.
Well,
You are my new boss?
I don't know that it.
That's the way I consider it. So you have Chief Hurd,
Uh-huh.
you have Christopher Niles,
Uh-huh.
and I'm working as a subcontracted.
You're the supervisor. I just oversee it. That's all.
Duh, that's
Well, because
the
it
boss.
falls under my division. It falls under emergency management, and you're
There
not
you
in
go.
emergency management.
So everybody listen.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go.
Christopher Niles is. Who'd have thought? Who would have thought that Christopher Niles would be my boss? And I'm loving it. Because we're working together. We're going to do a class next week.
Yep.
And we're going to do this wonderful logistics kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where we're helping out the immigrants. And
We are helping people. That's the best part. That's the part I appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's
I've
the part
always-
I appreciate.
This is one thing about my job that I'm going to miss terribly.
Yeah.
Was being involved.
And you know what? And that's the struggle that I went through. I am so much more.
I'm beginning to understand now.
I'm happier now.
Yes.
I was really getting, I don't want to say in a dark place, but I was really getting down because we would do so much, you know, at every shift you're helping somebody, you're
Yeah.
doing something. And then all of a sudden I'm watching Netflix.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, and it got to be an issue.
I'm
And I
worried.
think it would have gotten worse and worse and worse,
Yes.
you know. And then when I ran into the other retiree and he asked what the antidepressant I was taking,
Oh, geez, come
but
on.
it's a common thing to go through. You know, you have this
so afraid of
disconnect.
that.
It's like one day you're working and one day you're retired.
oh man.
There's no, at
Yeah.
least me, I had the benefit of that last year. I took an office job and
That's
kind of wound
true.
down slowly.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so maybe that helped. That's why I didn't end up on antidepressants. But
So
I'm,
what are you saying?
I'm happier to be at work.
I'm going to be walking out of that
No,
firehouse.
all I'm saying is have a plan, have something to do. You
Oh. Yes.
have your wrench. You're going to build.
Yes, absolutely.
You're going to build. You got a bee bus.
I got a bee bus.
You got a bee bus. You got a
bus.
bus full of bees.
Actually, I contacted. They haven't called me back, but there's a person that collects them, and they work out of the Lamar Bruni Vergata.
Oh yeah.
They capture
Sure.
animals and
Uh-huh.
they preserve them. Mm-hmm. So I'm still waiting for their phone call. So
They stuff bees.
Saturday they
Taxidermy.
start cleaning.
Saturday.
A
Oh, the
little
ranch.
bit of
Yeah.
a time constraint here.
Yeah, because you don't want him cleaning when the. Is the guy going to haul off? He said he's going to haul off the bus, though, right?
His name is Esteban Leal. He's a firefighter. He grew up and still resides in that area of Oilton. And I love him to death because he's such a great guy. He's a country boy. As country boys get.
Well, thank God he's a country boy.
Thank God he's a country boy. He's a wonderful guy. And I met his uncle, too. And his uncle is the funniest guy I think I've ever met in my life.
Oh.
So
I have a response from Brad.
oh, boy.
He says no truck was elevated seats on a Jeep 10 foot up. So I'm assuming it was like a deer. You know how they build
Yeah,
those things in the back
yeah.
of the.
That's what Louis said.
Well, you said it was a truck.
Well, a truck blind. That's Louis was right.
Brad's blind now?
It was a truck blind. That's what they used to
I know.
you know.
Yeah.
For those
they use
that
them for
don't-
hunting and.
Yeah, around in South Texas, in the brush country, they use these pickups, and they modify them with these giant racks, and there's
Yeah,
two seats.
and there's seats in there, and you
on
sit there and you hunt.
And they're 10 feet in the air, and the driver is going down the sendero.
Brad's calling.
No, tell him not to call.
I know.
They go down the sendero, and they hunt from the truck. And apparently he fell off of that.
And he called us. I guess I should have been upfront about that in the beginning.
That would have been
Don't
all right.
call. We're recording.
Wow. Well,
Don't lie to me.
don't lie, Poppy.
It's Severus Snape.
So, yes,
Don't lie to me.
you're my new boss,
I am not
looking
your new boss,
forward to
but
it.
okay.
and we'll go from there. I'll do my thing. I'll do the best I can.
Oh,
I
it'll be
feel
wonderful.
I feel
this,
that
but this is something you've already been doing for months and months and months.
Sure.
It's nothing. It's just going to be involve a few more people now.
Well, yeah, that's what I appreciate because back in the day, it was you know, I how can I say this? I think in the fire department as an officer, and I think a lot of guys don't understand this. There's so much more to being a leader because being a leader, a good leader, is equivalent to being a good follower.
Sure.
You know, and so a lot of guys, you know, if you make officer, if you make chief, if you make deputy or whatever the hell, if you, oh, wow, you have to understand that you have to be a good follower in order to be a good
leader. Yeah, that's very.
Yeah. The other day, I took one of my rookies out. His name is Little T. I call him Little T. His name is Alejandro Trevino. Wonderful kid. And so I went to a call with him for a sparking wires, right? Mm-hmm. And he was on the fire truck. He was the pipeman, and he's only got I think 4 years in, 2 years of academy and 2 years of
on the line.
service.
Yeah.
So I told him, and I just kind of put my arm around him, and I said, "Okay, you have it. This is your call." And you know, it was for sparking wires. I said, "There's people there. There's people over there," and everybody was kind of milling outside their house, and they were pointing at the pole. And I said, "You have this. This is all yours. What do you want to do?" And he was good.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
actually
awesome.
said, "Okay, I would like to call dispatch," and I said, "Do it." And he actually did the whole radio transmission
Awesome.
of who to advise and things like
See,
that.
and that's a great captain because
Yeah.
remember when we came in,
yes.
you-
Oh,
you got none of that.
no.
Go over, sit over there in the corner, and wait till I need you.
We were only commissioned to go get ice cream, groceries, and if we effed that up,
Yep, you
we were
caught hell
we were
forever.
just- yeah, we were in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, we were there to
No, that-
wash cars.
That's
and-
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Is now our generation realizes you need to pass it on
Yes.
to the younger generation,
Yes.
especially now, because all the old guys are all the older guys are retired. All the captains, all the chiefs, they're going to retire this year because of the changes in the pension.
That's exactly.
So they're going to have a bunch of young guys
You remember,
that are
Chief-
going to get promoted, and
Yeah.
they don't know what the hell to do.
Chief Hurd said there's something like 30, 40 guys.
Yep,
that
gonna
are- that
retire
are
just this
slated to
year.
Retire. That's out of a department that's understaffed already.
Exactly.
And we're at about 400. And out of the 400, Chris, 60 or 70 are in an academy.
Yep.
So that's 320, 330.
Exactly.
And then you have 30 or 40 veterans retiring.
Yep. That's a
That
lot
is
of captains
lot of
and a lot of
experience.
chiefs. Yeah.
Yeah, but this department will continue to run, and it'll continue to succeed.
Brad said, okay, it shows how information can get turned around. That's how rumors start. I'm not going to say what he said about Luis Gomez on the air.
Well, I know Louis had it right when it came to falling off that truck, because that's what he told me that happened.
Okay.
But what else happened, or what?
I don't know. I can't ask him, but you're okay.
Yeah, as long as he's all right. Unless he got like attacked by an 800-pound gorilla or something.
Now I got to see this. The biggest dilemma I have after we record the show is today is Tuesday. So I have till Thursday. I have an extra day this week, but I got to come up with a name for the damn show.
I never know what to say.
Oh, I know. I ask you guys, and you never say anything.
You do great.
I'm thinking. I'm toying with something in the air tonight.
Sure.
Okay. Or maybe something about Brad.
Okay, I'll take it. Yes, I'll take it. One of these days we gotta have Brad on the show.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I would like to do one last tribute.
Oh, of course.
I don't know what circumstances, but I've heard things, and I'm listening to the.
I don't know what circumstances the four of you met. Go ahead.
The great Naomi Judd.
Oh yeah. That's a shame.
Yeah, she was suffering from mental issues.
She had mental issues. Yeah.
And I believe she took her own life. So
she did. That's horrible.
I wish everybody knew that I don't. This is hard to say. I don't know how somebody could be at that point where they feel like there is no way out. Mm-hmm. You know, but I wish they knew that there's always a way.
Yeah, there's always a way.
There's always somebody to help. There's always somebody to keep an eye on you. But I'm sure the person themselves would feel like you don't know what you're talking about because you don't know what I'm going through.
You don't know what I'm going through.
So it's hard for me to say and say, oh, you're going to be fine. Just have happy thoughts.
Yeah.
Because that is a ridiculous thing to say to somebody that's suffering from depression.
Exactly. That's a tough situation all the way around.
But yeah, I grew up listening to her music, and she's so beautiful too. She looked like, to me, she always looked like Elvis's wife,
Priscilla.
You know, they had the same face, and it's just a shame. Yeah. It really is. I mean, you're 74 years old.
And you know what? I think because of everything that happened, we're going to see a whole lot more mental health issues.
Hey, you know what? Maybe the calling is that this will break out and she'll help.
It could be. It could be, you know.
Post-life, she'll help, you know. But what?
Brad sent one last message.
Oh, Lord.
Tell Dave, last episode, he was wrong about so he's listening. He was wrong about the Cowgirls.
And I know it was a cult.
First
I heard
Super Bowl win was against
the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
I'm sorry.
You don't know shit about his team.
Oh, please.
Look. And I'm going to respond, and he gave me shit.
Yeah, I heard it, and it was a mistake. It's not that I don't know shit. I knew as soon as I heard it, I made a mistake.
So you did listen to the last episode?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Listened or watched?
I watched.
Oh, you watched? Did the family watch?
Yeah.
What did they think?
They loved it.
Really?
They loved it.
They loved seeing you on video.
They really did.
Wow. Now for the rest of your eternity, they can no longer hear your voice, or they can still hear your voice, but they can also see your beautiful face.
I'm immortal.
They can see your profile.
I have a face for radio. My mama always said I have a face for radio.
God bless her heart.
And tell Brad that if he doesn't shut the hell up, I will break his damn hip. Punk ass.
All right. Well, we're going to have to call it there. Look at, I'm doing it again.
Stop it.
I don't know what's going on with that. I had a mosquito bite the one time, and now I just keep doing it every. I'm going to have to watch the video back and see how often I do that. Wow. It's going to be a drinking game. Every time Chris scratches his chest, you got to take a shot.
Yes.
That's something. You're scratching Phil's face. That just looks weird.
Oh, Phil.
Very nice. All right. So, for the Did They Really Just Say That podcast, I'm Chris.
I'm Dave.
Y'all have a good night. Take care of each other. Be good. Still get your vaccinations. And don't fall out of trucks.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's good.
Thank you for listening to the Did They
Aaron
Really
Rodgers
Just Say
an
That
idiot.
podcast.
Aaron Rodgers?
You can hear more on our website, didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com.
Oh, you want me to tell Brad?
And everywhere you find your favorite podcasts. As always, the drinks are on us.
He listens, so tell him.
Aaron Rodgers listens. I'm sorry, Aaron. You're cool.
Brad does.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Aaron Rodgers is an idiot, Brad. I hope he breaks it. What is he, $300 million now? Oh, that's going to be a failure this year.
Stop it right there.
Yes.
Whee! Oh, I got to stop this one too.